But I'm going to talk OU fans now since I'm on the subject. I'm going to talk to you guys man to man. I understand some things. Being a young guy who has dabbled in college football history, I wasn't alive for it, but I understand some things. Oklahoma, no college football program has won more games than Oklahoma since World War II. No college football program has won more national championships than Oklahoma other than Alabama since World War II. This brand is college football royalty. This is the beacon of the sport. This is the top. This is as good as it gets from a brand. So I understand what fans I'm talking to. Fans that have experienced nothing but just winning and winning in their lives. Oklahoma has had one sub-8 win season since 2000. Since 2000, the last 25 years, they have had 19 10-win seasons. 19. I'm in College Station right now. Texas A&M has had one 10-win season since 2000. You know how hard it is to have 19? This is an elite brand. One of the faces of the sport. But OU, Oklahoma fans, you are in a fragile spot. The program is in an incredibly fragile spot. I can't stress this enough. Where am I going with this? Here's where I'm going. In the 2000s, not in the 2000s, since 2000, 1,400 plus blue chip recruits have come from the state of Texas. 15% of blue chippers have come from the state of Texas. Texas and Florida are the two just absolute places to be when it comes to acquiring high school talent. It is the state of Texas, and it is the state of Florida, and it starts with those two. Well, in the 2000s, in the 2010s, not the 2000s, Texas was really down. So Oklahoma could benefit super well and come into the state of Texas and say, hey, we are the team around this area that can help you go to the college football playoff, possibly win a national championship, and go to the NFL. It is not them, it's us. So what happened to Oklahoma? Well, they went to the state of Texas and they poached a ton of talent. A lot of talent. Texas is now elite. Texas is now a top 3 team in the country, arguably. I'd say they are. So Oklahoma cannot do that anymore. They can't go to the state of Texas and say that Texas and take advantage of a weak spot, because now all of a sudden Texas has what it takes to put the guardrails up on a brand like OU and say, no, we're going to keep this talent in state right by us. And Oklahoma, for years and years, these past 25 years has benefited. No one has benefited more than Texas being down than Oklahoma and possibly Alabama too. No one has. Now all of a sudden, Texas is this elite program, and Texas A&M, we'll see, but Texas is who I'm focusing on, is this elite program that can keep guys in state now. And that's something they weren't necessarily able to do in the 2010s. Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma has produced 81 blue chip prospects since 2000. Of every single SEC state, that is the lowest. That is the lowest of any SEC state. None gets lower. So, why I'm not concerned with the future of a program like Florida is because Florida right now is 9th in the 247 talent composite, even though they've put up three straight probably losing seasons. They're still 9th in the talent composite. Because you know why? Because they are in the state of Florida. When Florida is down, they can still poach guys who grew up around the brand, falling in love with the brand, and wearing the apparel around, just becoming Florida fans, and they can still sell to them, hey, you can play at the University of Florida. That can sell. Because if you're in a state like that, you're going to get a lot of talent around you. The state of Oklahoma is not like that. So I'm going to talk about these two teams. Nebraska in the 90s and Colorado as well. I'll say this. Nebraska and Colorado have each produced under 70 blue chip recruits. The states, not the programs, since 2000. Not a lot of elite talent comes from those states. So Nebraska and Colorado, when they're playing at this ceiling, all of a sudden there's a cap on the ceiling, and boom, There's not a floor that's going to prevent them from utterly collapsing underneath and falling into the depths of the ozone layer that they fell for 10, 20 years. Florida has that cushion. They have that floor because of their location. So what happened in Nebraska and Colorado? Well, they really, really, really struggled because they can't go out and get talent like that. They have to go to different states. This same thing could happen to Oklahoma, where when the ceiling is finally capped, there is no floor to prevent them from utterly collapsing, like there is a Florida. And Oklahoma fans, I say that you are in an incredibly, really, 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 really fragile spot. I understand you have the brand, but the location is just not quite there to when everything unfolds and everything just doesn't go well. You at least have this. Oklahoma doesn't have that. So where is the floor that's going to prevent Oklahoma from utterly collapsing? Because not only that, they're in the SEC now. Like, they're not in the Big 12 to where you can get a sub-talented team and just remarkably overachieve. You're playing 4- and 5-star blue chippers every single week, except for like Vanderbilt. But that's besides the point. The schedule that they've gotten is brutal. They are in utter survival mode, and Oklahoma is in a really, really, really fragile spot, as Nebraska and Colorado were when Nebraska fired Pelini and when McCartney retired from Colorado. There you go. Oklahoma fans, this could get kind of hard. I'm not going to lie to you.